Alright guys, today we're trying out the Iron Musket's Ben & Jerry inspired Cherry Garcia flavor. I followed his recipe, but I made my own edits. I didn't weigh out my water, I didn't weigh out my ice, I just ran with it. And of course, I'm going shirts off. Cherry Garcia right here. It's more than it looks like. It's like half this little Tupperware. Shout out to Iron Musket for sitting like this. Yo, shout out to the salt first and foremost. The salt's really good in here. He said it. It's not like the Greg Doucette style. It's a little soupy. It's like in my first protein ice cream video when then I made it more thick. Like, bruh. Like, look at this shit. It was 1.5 scoops of protein. So that's 180 calories. 60 calorie sugar-free bars. So it's 240 calories before the cherries. So you run into a good amount of chocolate. I use vanilla protein powder. So it's got the vanilla vibes. You get the salt in there. The cherries and the chocolate. It's really good. It's the same shit, guys. If you want it to be thicker, use less water. Use a good amount of ice. Use more xanthan gum, but the flavor is really good. And I also don't put a lot of Splenda in. I put like 1/3 of a pack. If your protein powder is really sweet, you don't need a lot of Splenda. It's up to your sweetness tolerance. If you like things really sweet, figure out how much Splenda you like. And if you don't like it that sweet, you know, mess around with it. So it's really two things. Figure out how sweet you like it and figure out how thick you like it.
Damn, boy, he's thick. That's a thick-ass boy.
And then you're good to go. It's really good. Here's the underlying message here and why I really like that Iron Musket does these styles of videos where he's just sitting here. A lot of fitness influencers you see, they of course work their ass off. What we're not seeing is behind the scenes, they're actually, when they take pictures, they probably were cutting pretty hard for 3 or 4 days before that. I barely am in good enough shape at all to do these videos, but I'm like, screw it, man. You don't need to have great genetics. You don't need to just wait for good lighting photos. You should just be happy with where you're at. You're gonna fluctuate. It's gonna be all right. That's just like my advice for the video. I love that Iron Musket does this. All right, so this really did have the Cherry Garcia flavor. It was delicious. I'd say the biggest things he did were the salt was amazing. Adding in the chocolate was amazing. So I think I'm going to do that going forward. I don't even really think I needed to add that extra sugar. And I'd probably add a little bit less water and a little more xanthan gum. Because like I said, guys, if you start making this, you'll know less water, more xanthan is thicker. More water, less xanthan is less thick. Wraps it up, man. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the Iron Musket for the recipe. I'll definitely be eating this again. Thank you so much. Have a good one.